Welcome to a new episode of the Shawnzilla Art Show. Please like, subscribe, and share away. But first, a word from our sponsor.
War is a topic of vital importance, a subject of inquiry that cannot be ignored. It is a matter of life and death. It can be a road to safety or to ruin.
In an alternate version of our world, brought to the brink of total collapse, rival nations fight for global domination, and elite pilots in futuristic combat suits wage war on the battlefield of tomorrow. Now, 6 brave soldiers on a seemingly routine rescue mission will encounter more than they bargained for and uncover a dangerous secret that could change their world if they live long enough to see it. Mavericks Origins Volume 1.
Now on Indiegogo.
In demand. What's up, dude?
How's it going, man?
Hey, look, new broadcast spot and new logo going on.
Yeah. I see that really nice logo behind me. It's nice. Some really talented guy must have did that.
Yeah. Hey, we should probably change your name, huh? Because you're not echoing.
Oh, well, that's a good thing. I was kind of liking the Empire Strikes Back reference, though.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it is the far superior of all the Star Wars movies.
That right. They've done like 8 since then. Well, 9 since then.
Yeah.
And yeah, most of them were pretty bad.
I think most of them are pretty bad, but I'm going to say that they failed to replicate.
Yeah. You could easily take like really good scenes and stuff out of like all the movies and just edit into like one big long Lord of the Rings style director's cut movie and probably about 7 hours.
So like the David Lynch director's cut of Dune.
Yeah, like ridiculously long. So it was funny when I launched Us Live, the aforementioned Global Frequency was going live with an interview with Frog G and the creative team, because Frog G now has his own comic book.
Oh.
And so I quickly jumped over there and, typed in the live chat, "Hail, kind of funny. I just went live too. Currently, I'm playing a Mavericks commercial." And then I bounced. So a lot's been going on.
A lot has been going on. I am trying, for lack of a better term, trying to get my crap together. Uh, I just did a 10-day event at the fair, the Delta Fair, which is kind of a big thing in the Memphis area. And it was a definite experience.
Well, you ended up with car troubles, but ended up being able to hook up with another vendor and go back and forth at least.
Yeah. Yeah, my transmission in Megatron went out, and that's still currently ongoing. But fortunately, one of my best buds is a mechanic and has a shop and everything, so he's like, "Hey, I'll work with you on getting this fixed." And I'm like, "Yeah, thank you, sir."
So outside of that, how was the Delta Fair for you?
You know what? It was definitely an experience. It was like doing 5 cons all in a row. And I did okay. I mean, it wasn't a situation. This was, I think, the first year that they were having people sell art at the fair. So a lot of people didn't know that there was going to be artists and stuff there. But I mean, it wasn't bad financially at all. I didn't really know what to expect going into it. So, I was pleasantly surprised. There was one day, though, that was really slow, and I ended up not making anything that day. But the other days kind of made up for it. So, all in all, not too bad.
So it's gonna be just, which is why we didn't do a show last week, because you were just, dude, I'm drained.
I was zonked.
I'm old, overweight, and I got these damn kids around here pestering me. I need to get some sleep.
You know me so well.
Well, it's kind of my life too, outside of the art thing. Although, while you were at the Delta Fair, I went to Ocean State Job Lot in Massachusetts. Kind of weird. And bought some art supplies, and I've reconnected with Doc, and we're getting ready to set something up.
Oh, very cool.
The only thing I didn't get was a tripod. What sucked is I thought I was going to be able to get the 5 basic colors that he wanted me to get. I thought I was going to be able to get them in the big tubes that they had hanging there, and no. But luckily, my girlfriend spotted a bunch of kits. There was a watercolor kit, an oil paint kit, and an acrylic kit. And the acrylic kit just happened to have every single color he told me to get in it. And it was only $5, so I bought 3 of them.
Well, that was lucky.
I bought a bundle pack of chip brushes because he told me just get chip brushes. And I'm looking around, I go, none of these paintbrushes say chip on them. And I look it up, I go, you could have just said it's a house paintbrush. Get this size.
But what's the fun in that?
Yeah. And then I bought they had a 5-pack of stretch 16 by 20 canvases for $15.
Wow.
Yeah. The only thing I got left to buy is a tripod. And then we'll have to work out where we can set up the tripod and be able to set up my my ring light. to probably have to use my camera from my phone.
Well, I'm curious to see how you do with this.
So
I got
live.
total- Yeah. I
Um,
got total thing, yeah.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of shit, so I hope it turns out good. So, I can be like, okay, the first one we're keeping. And then I'll try it again. Hopefully it comes out, if it comes out good, hopefully it comes out just as good, if not a little better. And put that puppy up for sale.
Yeah, for sure. Then I'm going to end up being your co-host on your art show.
Oh no, it won't be like that. I don't want nobody watching me.
Hey, that was my apprehension about doing this too. I was like, I do it wrong.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll just like show up and just start like painting like backgrounds, and then I'll paint like a wooden background, and then I'll just take the pin from Mike Jimmy's Life on Korra and like stick the creature like in the middle of the woodland through the canvas and pin it right there and be like, okay, Mike, would you like to buy my first Life on Korra painting? It just looks like a forest. It is. But look, zoom in right here. That's not fair. You didn't actually paint my character. You just stuck a pin through the canvas. Yes. Ingenious, I must say so myself.
Just tell him not to art shame you.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell him not to art shame you on that. Just be like, no, don't art shame me.
No.
This is what I did.
I did see something interested in other videos of people that were like painting stuff for like, to sell it like, local fairs or like some places I know in all over like in small town Texas, there's like artisans that like set up in like a certain area, kind of like a farmer's market.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a section for people that make stuff. I guess you could call them the SD booths.
Yeah.
My friend Charlotte and her daughter make jewelry and paintings and a few other things that they set up like every Saturday. They'll go down with their friends and they'll split a couple of tables. Their daughter Jasmine does pretty good, so she's got kind of like a Mac personality.
Oh yeah.
So in a couple of years you can have Mac shaming you. Please, sir, my father can't feed me tonight. Won't you please buy some art?
I'm gonna tell you, I am really considering putting him in my TikToks. He came up with the idea the other day to sit in front of a drawing that I was working on. And he's like, hey, we should make a TikTok of me drawing this. I mean, pretending to be Shawn.
Yeah.
So,
You got to get him one of those ball caps with the fake ponytail.
yeah, for real. He's getting there himself, man. He's close.
See, if you're Shawnzilla, does that make him Mac Zuki?
Zuki.
Yeah, kind of like Godzuki.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what? I think you just named him.
We can get him one of them Piff the Magic Dragon costumes.
Yeah. I am definitely down for that. I think he is too. I told you about him quoting Bane the other night.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm still laughing.
And, this weekend's a big weekend for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Memphis Comic Expo, which we haven't been able to have in 2 years because of the COVID. So hopefully it does well, man. I'm just, I'm a little hopeful about it because it used to be I don't know if it still would be my biggest show every year, but it definitely in the past years has been the big show for me.
Well, hopefully it blows up for you, because I know you want to make one of the kids stand at your table so you can go over and hang out a little bit with J.O. Bar.
Yeah, that's definitely the plan. But I mean, honestly speaking, if I don't get to see him at all, I'll be okay as long as I'm making money.
Yeah.
I got too many bills and car repairs and stuff like that need to happen.
Yeah, I hear that.
Are you sending me something to get signed?
I was gonna, and then I thought, it's not gonna get there in time.
Dude, I have a freaking package that I sent out almost 2 weeks ago, and I sent it priority mail, and it still hasn't gotten there yet.
Oh, I didn't know I was expecting something.
Oh, no. I sent a Hulk print to somebody.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm expecting something, just not from you.
Well,
I'm just like, I just can't. Well, sorry. I just can't wait for first of the month to be here, because I am 100% out of all bags and boards.
I just had to order a bunch of bags for prints because it occurred to me that I was out of them. Ordering them from Amazon is not usually a hassle, but when it comes, down to the wire, it can be. Who'd you end up ordering your bags from?
I haven't ordered any yet. I gotta wait till the first of the month. But my friend David clued me into actually a baseball card dealer, but they sell like supplies for like just about everything. I didn't delve deep enough in. I was looking to see if they sold top loaders, like the hard shell comic cases, or I was looking for like, to see what they had for like prices on Mylars. And but I did see that they've got the cheapest prices for bags and boards. It's like $7 for a package of 100 Silver Age backing boards, and I think like either 3 of $4 for $3.99 or $4.99 for 100 self-sealing comic bags.
Oh, cool.
So I'm like, it would cost me like $15 to $18 depending on where I would go, to a physical brick and mortar comic shop to buy them for like one set of, 100 bags and 100 boards would cost me that much. But I'm like, their prices are fantastic. So I'm just like, she's helping organize like a whole bunch of stuff. You got like plenty of long and short boxes full of things.
That's really cool. I'm glad that she's helping organize stuff.
Well, she wants to help get it all organized and set up so it looks neater than it does. I've got like all these boxes of like toys and action figures like everywhere. And I'm like, I've got like wall space, but some of the wall space is just like ledge wall space that I can't put like a regular action figure carded up on because it'll tip over with all the trucks going by.
Yeah.
And that is also the side that's got like all the brick. So I can't put anything, I can't put like one of those plastic coated like wire rack 90-degree shelves up and display stuff like that. So what are we working on?
We are drawing Poison Ivy.
Oh, cool.
I mean, who doesn't like Poison Ivy?
Anybody that gets the itchies.
Yes. Yeah. You might be right about that.
So there's a toy reseller up here, and I think they're down to like 2 shops now. They had 3, but the other mall they were in closed down, went out of business. So pretty sure they're out of that area. But they're a big money supporter. So the whole store's got VIP status to anything that Rhode Island Comic Con does.
Mm-hmm.
So they set up meet and greets and signings, at exorbitant prices, of course.
Of course.
For people, that, due to contractual agreements and filmings can't show up at the actual convention. They have them go to, either 1 or 2 of their stores, and you gotta of course buy tickets beforehand to have the honor to stand in line to fork up even more money for like, autographs and pictures, and if you want it personalized, it has to say you have to give us this much more money. I'm like, get out of here. But they do have Sammy Guevara's wife there, Ty Connie, the AEW women's champion, going to be there.
Oh.
I think in October.
That's worth seeing. And I'm not being sarcastic.
Well, I'm not being sarcastic either, but I also do not want to get in trouble.
No, for sure. Yeah, don't get in trouble.
And I also don't want to pay like $40 to get a picture taken with my own cell phone camera.
Yeah, no, you don't.
It's like,
See, that was part of the fair thing that I did. The people who I did the fair with, they I mean, they're artists too, but they're mostly cosplayers.
oh,
And
those people.
right, well, they figured out that they can go walk around the fair dressed as Deadpool and Batgirl and things like that.
And people will fork over like $5 or $10 to get their picture taken with the character.
Right. And I wouldn't think that that would really make a whole lot of money, but I would stand corrected
Mm-hmm.
because they were banking.
Yep.
See, they needed me there.
That's what a lot of people do out in the LA area at the Hollywood Walk of Fame. They get like really good at a character and costuming and stuff, and they just walk around and people ask to take their picture, but they charge them.
Yeah.
If you want to take a picture of me, it's $20. If you want to take a picture with me in a specific pose, it's $50. And I'm like, you're just some dude dressed up for Halloween at the wrong time of the year.
Right.
I mean, I got a bunch of friends that are cosplayers, but the last show I went to the other month, Tri-City Comic-Con, just like a 1-day hit it and quit it show. Kind of like one of the old school like comic book shows that you would have like at a big, a bigger VFW hall or something.
Yeah.
It's there's no charge to get in. They just have a suggested donation of like $3 a piece, which goes to, if there's any losses, it goes to recoup the losses. They don't like really make anything on the show. But
I would love to do some shows like that.
we went, and there were a bunch of cosplayers, and as the day went on, we got more and more cosplayers because what's this generation now? Gen Z?
Are they? I don't know.
I know we're Gen X.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I think they're Gen Z, which is known as the flinch generation. Because if you do a quick jerk in their direction with a fist up, they're gonna flinch, fry, and run to look for the safe space with coloring books.
Gotcha.
So there were a bunch of kids that were dressed in costumes. Some really bad, others pretty good. Of course, there were a handful of young girls that were going to end up in our former line of work. You could tell because they were just walking around in like a one-piece unitard that was extremely tight, and
they had what's called pole destiny.
Yeah, pole destiny.
Which is odd because most of them will dance under the name Destiny.
Mm-hmm. It's a funny story. I found out through some videos I was scanning of this guy that I follow, Techie Matt. He's the one that you'll see like his videos pop up once in a while. Super powerful website you should know about. Part 179.
Oh yeah.
It was something like that, but it was like this young kid, like 16 or 17. And he had passed like all these computer science courses. Because you can, if you don't want to pay to go to college and you know all this stuff, there's places you can go like online and you just have to pay the cost of the exam online. And as long as you pass it, they'll give you the code and everything, and they'll mail you the certificate. Places like Phoenix University and stuff like that do that. And they're like, so where did you go to college? He goes, I never went to college. And looks at the guy, goes, did you happen to know that Harvard University puts all their computer science courses online for free? So people can just go and watch the classes.
I did not know that.
And then I just paid an online spot and got all my certificates. And I guess the kid was making he's like 19 years old. He's making like $100K a year.
Nice.
I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, man, these kids, they know what's up. My oldest kid, or oldest son, Dominic, I'm gonna try to get him to intern with a buddy of mine that's got a gaming company in LA next summer. Because all the kids say they want to be game developers, but
None of them do.
Are. It's kind of easy to help get your kid there.
The problem with the gaming industry is they work the hell out of you, and you'll be working like 80, 90 hours a week to hurry up and get this game launched. And the day it actually launches, they fire all staff but the supervisors.
No, really.
And then you got to find another job. Well, this is hilarious. When the struggle is real, I present to you #struggle tacos, which is a slice of bologna with mashed potatoes and peas in it. And I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
I can definitely see myself doing that.
Oh, sure. I mean, I've
Eaten a few struggle meals in my day.
Yep. A couple slices of bread with some buttery spread and cornflakes.
Oh, wow.
It's actually pretty good. The problem is it was so good one day that I went through an entire loaf of bread, jar of I can't believe it's not butter, and a box of cornflakes. Big ton de boomers.
You got a little angry Thor going on earlier.
Yeah, it was actually supposed to start raining like around 2:00 this afternoon, and I guess it went out over the water a little bit, and picked up a little more. So,
Hey, you got that Martian Manhunter figure recently, didn't you?
yeah.
Yeah. A nice looking figure.
Yeah, I guess that was a Target exclusive, and Walmart had like a Martian Manhunter figure too. Oh no, this wasn't the Target exclusive. This was just it was the gold label was like the classic Martian Manhunter figure, and there was a second one that he did, which is like the new like updated like full body costume.
Yeah, instead of just the Speedo.
Yeah, and instead of his purple tighty whities and the chest straps to hold his cape in. But yeah, this one looks good, and it's like minty fresh. Like there were like 4 of them out there, and I'm like, hey, Elise, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
There were 4 of them out there. I didn't buy like an extra one like I did with the Azrael Batman armor suit. I had a whole bunch of people, that wanted it, and they want it, and they want it, and they drag you along, and dangle the carrot of cash out in front of you. One kid was like, he had asked me like in the middle of the day when he was supposed to come, meet me, which is like the 3rd day after he first contacted me. Whoa, nice lightning. And it was, he was like, is Cash App or Venmo okay? I'm like, no, actual cash is okay though. Then I didn't hear anything from him, and then I saw a reply from another guy, and I got back to him, and the first kid was like fairly local. The other guy was from PA. I blocked both of them, by the way, because I don't need to be dealing with any with people that you have to bug. They come after you because they want to purchase something, and then they flake on you. So this kid had wanted it, was going to pay, the price I listed, which was like $50 shipped, anywhere in the continental U.S. And he's like, well, I'm at dinner right now. Let me get back to you. I go, okay, well, the wife and I are going out to dinner shortly, so I'll get back to you a little later on tonight. He's like, okay. So I get back to him, and he's like, yeah, I think I'm going to pass. I go, well, if you think you're going to pass, you tell me why. He goes, yeah, I'm all set.
He found one in the wild.
He probably found one like $5 cheap, $5 or $10 cheaper. You know, which I can't blame them. But
I mean, honestly, tell me that. Tell me
yeah,
you found one cheaper. I'll respect that.
you know, if you found one cheaper and it's not a ridiculous price, if it's a local pickup, I'll be like, a lot of times I'll be like, you know, I'll give it to you for that. But they're still like, no, I'm all set because they already like ran out on their lunch break and got it from somebody.
Yeah. I remember buying this green fine liner and thinking, what the hell am I ever going to use this for? Now I know.
Oh, that's a great idea. Somebody redid the Tombstone movie poster,
Mm-hmm.
and down the bottom it's got like the Tombstone logo and says "Tell them hell is coming." But instead of Earp and Doc and the brothers, it's Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Leatherface, and Freddy Krueger.
Oh, nice. Hey, speaking of Michael Myers, what do you think of the Michael Myers that I finished this week?
Oh, the pumpkin carver?
Yeah.
I think it looks good. I'm surprised you still have it.
Me too. I'm kind of hoping that changes at MCX.
If not before.
Yeah, if not before, obviously. But honestly, I never even thought to really bring originals to cons until Mid-South Con last year. I mean, hell, I sold like 4 or 5 originals there. So,
It's good to put them in, like, if you get the big portfolio books.
mm-hmm.
So I binged the hell out of a bunch of Doom Patrol on HBO Max the other night. Well, what was it? Yeah, last night.
I've heard it's really good.
It's freaky, and a lot of the stuff is like uber woke. But I keep hoping. Well, a lot of it is like their take on Grant Morrison's run on Doom Patrol, where it was, weird and freaky and twisted. But I guess the second season is, all about personal character development with a little bit of fighting and things going on. But it gets pretty twisted because they're dealing with Jane, the girl with the 99 personalities.
Oh, yeah.
That the professor was able to weaponize all of them. So I'm like, well, there's that.
Brendan Fraser's on that too, isn't he?
Yeah, he is the voice only of Robot Man. And he is only the voice because his fat butt could no way in hell fit in that costume. It's like, I know we're big guys, but I'm like, has anybody bothered to tell Brandon that there is now such a thing as 2% milk?
That's funny.
I haven't seen a body that big and swollen that hasn't been dragged out of a river. Or, not my own.
Just hearing about his whole story, his whole ordeal, man, that's some fucked up, messed up stuff.
Yeah. So Thomas from Boomer sent me an article today that went up on the Giant Friggin' Robot site.
Mm-hmm.
And the headline is, Marvel had to give away a legendary sci-fi writer every comic they printed after they stole his story.
Oh.
Apparently, after a Marvel writer used Harlan Ellison story for an Incredible Hulk story, the publisher agreed to give the writer a lifetime subscription to all of their comics.
Oh, no.
I'm like, that sounds more like a threat. And in a related story, Chris Pratt's Garfield movie just hit a snag. In 1983, then Marvel editor-in-chief, the very young Jim Shooter at that time, agreed to give sci-fi writer Harlan Ellison a lifetime subscription to literally every comic book the company published as part of a hastily put together deal over the phone. Why did the company agree to it? According to Shooter, Bill Mantlo, co-creator of Guardians of the Galaxy, Rocket Raccoon, as well as Cloak and Dagger, swiped an Ellison-written script for The Outer Limits when he wrote Incredible Hulk 286. In 1957, Ellison's short story, Soldier from Tomorrow, was published in the science fiction magazine Fantastic Universe, and 7 years later, he wrote a script for Soldier, a 1964 episode of The Outer Limits, which I'm looking at the images I've seen. Both stories featured soldiers from dystopian, ultra-militarized futures who are flung forward in time to the present. The story has since been the subject of a number of high-profile accusations, and Marvel wasn't actually the only target Harlan Ellison went after when it comes to the tale. In particular, Harlan Ellison took the Terminator to court, alleging the film was clearly based on the Outer Limits episode, which, like James Cameron's film, featured two enemy soldiers from the future who travel to the present. The studio settled out of court with Ellison and added an acknowledgement to the writer in the film credits. But when it came time for the writer to lock horns with Marvel, his case was a lot more clear-cut.
Jeez.
A year before Terminator hit theaters, Incredible Hulk 286 came out, written by Bill Mantlo, and with art by legendary Sal Buscema and Kim DeMolder, I guess, was the inker. As Brian Cronin chronicled for CBR, the similarities between the Marvel story and Harlan Ellison's Soldier were blatant. According to Shooter, Mantlo may as well have sent Ellison a letter telling him he was swiping the tail. The futures, both the characters from Soldier and the hero of Hero come from are similar. Their dialogue has the same stinted monosyllabic feel, and it's even the blast from an energy weapon, like in the Outer Limits episode, that sends the futuristic soldier back in time. Really, the only significant difference between the stories is the appearance of the Hulk and, to some degree, Kang. While the villain himself isn't in the story, the violent orders being broadcast to all of the dark future soldiers is revealed to be broadcast from a statue fashioned after the image of Kang the Conqueror. In 2011, Jim Shooter posted a story to jimshooter.com in which he claimed that Bill Mantlo allegedly had a number of acts of plagiarism under his belt, with Incredible Hulk 286 being one example. Then Marvel's editor-in-chief, Shooter, wrote that he looked over the Hulk story and signed off on it, but hadn't seen the Outer Limits episode it was based on. It was a Marvel writer and editor, Roger Stern, Shooter said, who called him after the issue hit the stands and said, "Are you nuts? This is a Harlan Ellison story." It was during the call with Stern, Shooter said that his secretary at Marvel told him Harlan Ellison was on the other line. The science fiction writer had a reputation for being litigious, which could very well be why Shooter confessed to the swipe up front instead of taking the comic book company to court. Ellison said he'd let the matter rest for the same amount of money Bill Mantlo was paid for the offending issue, an acknowledgement, plus a lifetime subscription to everything Marvel Comics ever published. Harlan's damages by statute would have been in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and he had us dead to rights, Shooter wrote, explaining why he felt nothing but gratitude and relief in giving to Ellison's comparatively humble demands, as CBR's Cronin wondered why he wrote about the incident. We don't know whether or not the agreement survived Marvel's bankruptcy. I'm thinking if it didn't, he would have gone back after them. As Slate recalled in 2021, Marvel Comics filed for bankruptcy in '96, and it's possible their agreement with Harlan Ellison was scrubbed during the proceedings. Regardless, there are more than a few fans out there who would give their left arm for every single Marvel comic ever published between 1983 and 1996.
Oh, for sure. I just realized my art camera died.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what's up with it.
Well, I do. The battery died on it.
Okay.
So it's connected to a charger, but it's going to take a second to come back up. So
I was like, yeah, I come back over from reading that on another page, and I'm like, oh, people are staring at me. No wonder why nobody's hanging out very long.
That's
Hey, this looks okay with two windows, huh? You got your name big and bolded underneath our pictures.
yeah. I mean, I'm not complaining at all.
It turned out good.
So you like the logo, huh?
Yeah.
It's simple.
Long time coming.
Well, I had a day where I wasn't really doing anything, so I opened up Canva on my phone and said, all right, I need to come up with a good logo. And I wanted something that I could, do like poker chips and stuff like that with.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go.
Chips, coasters, challenge coins.
Yep.
Because you gotta make a challenge coin when you finally launch the Kickstarter Indiegogo for your art book.
Yeah, that needs to happen soon. Right now, I'm just kind of looking into how much it's going to cost to get done, what I would need to do to make it happen. Should I go with, the fan art stuff or the pinup stuff? Which one should I do first?
Mm-hmm.
Every time I think I have it figured out, I'm like, no. Put them in that.
Figure it out. There's plenty of people more than willing to help you through your first one.
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of people who are out there willing to help. And that's what's really cool about what we do, man. Because I mean, we have resources available. There's people who are willing to help you. And, I mean, there's also people who suck, who say they're going to help you and don't. But
Mm-hmm.
we're learning about all that too. Let's see if this. Hey, we're up to 4%. All right. I don't know what happened, but it is what it is. But,
Man, I saw a video yesterday. It had to be in New York, where this big beefy dude, something happened, and a bunch of people had beef. Basically, all these other like punks in the restaurant start taking like wild swinging hacks. So this guy just puts his arms over the double trash bin and leans forward, and he's pretty much just about laughing off like all the shots to the face they're landing on him.
mm-hmm.
Then he picks up his bag, walks out past that area, puts his bag down, and nobody is like even like approaching him to try to to literally try to knock him out. Dude pulls an axe out of his bag. And there was a big like 1/4-inch pane of glass like separating like the aisle to go to the bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
He smashed that. He chopped like a couple of like the tables, whatever they're made out of there, the resin, in half. Smacked this white dude upside the head, and then like landed one on him and knocked him on the ground. Then everybody pretty much left him alone.
I would think so.
And from what it looked like is he had the axe not pointed down at her, but with the blade up. But he was using it kind of like a finger in the face to one girl in particular that was pretty much having like all these boys act a fool and attempt to kick this guy's butt, which was ridiculous because he was built like a UFC fighter. So
Real brick shit house.
I just thought it was crazy. And speaking of crazy, I see on the interwebs, so it must be true, that eating healthy is now racist.
Oh. Okay.
So whatever. Don't care.
Yeah, I mean, some of us are trying to lose a few pounds and trying to continue living, but that's right. I guess I'm a racist. Yeah. For me.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's not my fault. Or maybe it is. I don't know.
All right. The phone's back on. Yeah, there we go. All right. Mute that. You back?
Nope. Hasn't come in.
Oh,
There it is. There we are.
focus on her a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, that's looking good. Very nice. I got about half the clutter cleared off my desk today, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so I'm currently deciding whether I want a medal or a chest to pin it on.
I mean, I'm not going to say anything because mine is terrible, but you know.
Yeah, we've all seen your desk. But it's a work. Your desk is always a work in progress because you're always squeezing in work. So
Yeah, I got to squeeze in a lot more work because I'm actually pretty backlogged on commissions lately. You know, um, I used to watch other artists who would get so behind on commissions and wonder, how do you do that? And now I know. Well, because some days, you know, some days you don't feel like working. And,
yeah, and
I mean, this,
you get a little burnt out, and you gotta do something else. And
yeah. Now, you guys know me. I'm always the guy that's got a bunch of different stuff already, you know, in progress all at the same time. And I do that so that I can avoid burnout, but it doesn't always help. And you know, it's no fun when people look at your Facebook or whatever, and you just posted some progress on something, and they're like, "Hey, that's very nice, but
what happened to mine?"
And, one of my favorite artists, especially when I was, you know, just getting really started with this, is a guy named Jim Kyle. Jim's phenomenal, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it used to piss me off because I would see stuff constantly, like he's posting something, you know, he's like, he can't even enjoy posting what he's working on because, you know, then people are like, well, hey, where's my thing? And I'm like, surely you can't be that behind. No, I completely get it now.
That was supposed to be a lesson of what not to do. It wasn't an instruction manual.
I know, you know, and I get that.
But yeah, I get it too. Just from trying to keep up with trying to keep up on top and do stuff like just about every day, comic wise, to get this area set, because I've got like a big like 9-foot wide windowsill full of short boxes and like loose comics that I can't get to because I've got like toys, collectibles, and boxes like in the way that I can't get to it. I'm like, it's driving me nuts.
No, I get that. Dim down her face a little bit. She's starting to look like the big face girl from Seinfeld.
Oh God. Which is better than the big hand girl.
That one needs to be refilled.
It's okay. I got one.
I guess today the Boston Celtics revealed that they've painted good old number 6 Bill Russell on the parquet floor as a tribute to his career.
Cool.
Since he just passed away the other week.
Yeah, I almost sent you a video the other day, but I wasn't sure if you were a Celtics fan or not.
I used to be back in the day. Back in the Larry Bird day, I was.
That's who the video is about, is Larry Bird.
Oh, is it the smack talker?
It's a TikTok guy who's like the insane savagery of Larry Bird, and he's like,
oh, please,
talking about how Larry Bird showed up to the 3-point competition. He's like, who's going to be number 2? And,
oh yeah, he would talk smack to everybody.
they were like, he would tell you what he was going to do, and then he would do it.
Yeah.
I don't remember Larry Bird.
There's some rare, supposedly they put rare on everything, so you stop and click on the links. But there was footage from the very first Dream Team when they were like, screw this, we're sick of losing a rusher in all the Olympics. And they turned around and grabbed all these professional NBA basketball players and put them on the U.S. team. And I guess there's like footage of him talking smack to like other countries and everything.
That's awesome.
I mean, even at the end of his career, they would just put him in. Like if they were down, they would just put him in on the last half of the fourth quarter. So like 5-10 minutes, and he'd rally the troops, and score like 20, 25 points in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Everybody's like, well, he wasn't better than Michael Jordan. I go, no, Michael Jordan was just more popular.
I mean, I grew up a Jordan fan, but you can appreciate different players for different things.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I only hated Jordan when the Bulls were playing the Celtics. Or the Lakers. The tediness of detailing the hair.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I can't even stand to look at flat colors and hair. I'm like, I don't even want to see it. I just, hurry up and hurry up and get these details in. Why do you need time to do a brush pen? I draw hair, dude. You gotta draw hair. This is what you want. You know how McFarlane is like known for going crazy with Kate?
Mm-hmm.
I want to be known for going crazy with hair.
Okay.
Make it happen.
Yeah, it looks like Mark McFarlane's going to be publishing DC Comics.
Yeah, I'm down.
He apparently has already taken over the Flash. I think some of that is coming out of his Page Punchers figures.
No, I've only seen those a couple of times. There's two sizes of those, isn't there?
Yeah, there's the little tiny dinky ones that look like crap. And then there's the 7-inch ones or 6-inch ones that look like, some of them look like really good. I go, I don't want any of the little ones. And then, of course, he releases a Joker one. I'm like, damn it.
We knew he was going to.
Yeah. One of the early Batman ones he released was basically designed on the Bat costume armor that Lee Bermejo did for that Black Label Batman.
Mm-hmm.
The one that got infamous because it showed the Batawang.
Oh.
So that's all it was known for. So all people were buying it for was that, and then it went into second prints, and they quickly darkened up that panel so it didn't exist anymore. But the story itself was pretty good.
That's funny. This Bill Copper, it sure is.
Sometimes you got to use the cheap Michaels markers because they have a color like.
A hue that the other ones don't.
No, I'm sure there's a Copic of it, but there's a Copic for everything.
Yeah, but
Occasions.
need to pinch the purse strings once in a while and buy the Michaels markers because the Copics are too expensive.
A little bit.
Although Michaels has been pretty good about having them for, buy one, get one half off, or buy two, get one free. Yeah. So that tends to help. gotta win. Every once in a while, something you said will just kind of like revisit, and I'm like, I'm just chuckle. The kid's like, "What are you laughing at?" I don't know. Maybe if you watch my YouTube show, you know what I'm talking about.
All right.
So have you watched Thor: Love and Thunder yet?
Nope.
Me neither. I have no desire to see it.
Yeah, pretty much me either. I'm like somebody else asked me. I did a couple of snide comments, and they're like, "Hey, so have you watched Thor: Love and Thunder?" And I immediately they were trashing it, and he goes, I shut it off 20 minutes in. I couldn't stand it. I was getting suicidal. And I'm like, oh, are you talking about Thor Love and Wonder Tits? He's like, yep.
I was looking forward to it because I really liked Ragnarok.
And you know, they just broke my heart. Yeah, the kids went to go see it when it was still in theaters. I didn't go with them, and they came back just looking like, somebody told them there wasn't a Santa Claus. Okay, you know. Well, it really sucked. The jokes fell flat, and it just wasn't as good as Ragnarok.
I mean, honestly, right now, Dominic, um, he's really down on the whole Marvel universe.
He's just like, man,
He's not the only one.
well, I have a feeling that it's going to be kind of rudderless for a minute. And I could be wrong. I could, they could reveal that, oh, it was there was a plan all along and blah, blah, blah. But I don't really see much of a plan right now. And, I mean, I don't think that it's over by any means. But I just, I don't know. I haven't really enjoyed much of what I've seen lately.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not exactly hating She-Hulk.
Oh no, I am past hating She-Hulk. I go, I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch this. I go, is it really as bad? Oh my God, it's worse. Like the best thing I saw was from Geeks and Gamers. This week on She-Hulk, she buys a suit. Yep, that's the whole episode. She buys a suit.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. I'm trying to have faith in it, and I realize that it's a fun show. It's not it's not a serious
They're
thing.
trying. I think what they were trying to do was capture what John Bird did when he broke the fourth wall, and you can't do that on a TV show, really. You can and you can't, but I mean, when you're trying to compare the fact that a couple of construction workers catcalled you, to the fact that your uncle murdered your aunt in front of your cousin when he was 5. Sorry, but that doesn't matter because you're a cis green male. So what?
Cis green, yeah.
Yeah, cis green male. It's usually a cis white male, but you know.
No, I caught you. I get it.
Something I can get behind, however, is this. Just a random picture of Gina Carano.
Jesus.
Right?
I would have her babies.
Mm-hmm. I'll fight you for that.
No need. I'm sure she can take it. I'm sure she'll take us all.
Yeah. So it's funny because like all these conservative news agencies are now getting into the entertainment culture market now. And they all want Gina Carano.
Well,
She did that movie for the company Ben Shapiro works for there. The Western that looked really good, and I really wish they would actually release that. They would make a lot more money if you could go to their website and buy like a Blu-ray copy of it, like, you know, like 6 months after it's been out. But she did the Western, and she co-starred with a male former UFC fighter. And then she's got she starred in that one, and I guess she wrote and directed it too. I think it's like Blood on the Prairie or something like that. And she's got like a small part in the PragerU movie. About Hunter Biden. And even worse, they're going around California and dropping like these huge banner advertisements like off the sides of overpasses, like in California and in New York. Well, I know you're gonna keep working on this, but I was gonna call it quits at the 90-minute mark here tonight.
okay. I'm probably not going to keep working on this. I'm trying to get my sleep schedule right.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. I'm trying to actually get to where I can sleep uninterrupted through the night. Because here lately I've been waking up every couple hours, which is no fun.
Most definitely. And hey, because we haven't done it till now.
Oh yeah, for sure. that's going on my shirts, man. If I ever make shirts.
We'll get you some shirts made with the logo on like the front right of the shirt and that on the back.
Oh yeah. I like the logo. I think it turned out pretty cool. It's really
Yeah.
simple, but you know, it's I think it'll make a cool shirt or something.
Yeah, and even better when people get the Zero Dark 30 reference too.
Yeah, I do tend to have to explain that, but you know, it's like it's not because of the movie. I started doing that before the movie, but it's just, you know, I tend to work at like 12:30 at night. Although not tonight, man. I'm trying to get some sleep. But
Oh yeah. So we will be back next Monday. I'm not sure if I have a guest or not this Wednesday on Creators Outlet. If not, Creators Outlet will definitely be back on the 28th with Austin Janowski and another book in his line of zombies. We're human too. Oh, that's looking good.
yeah, I'm trying to get a good look at it.
Nice.
Cool. And it's available for claim. So if you want it,
Yep.
I'll let you get it.
Yep. Sean will be more than happy to sell it to you.
Oh, show.